Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my Manga Boy reading log. Look at this. I read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 volumes. Started up Mieruko-Chan because my girlfriend said it was really good and I have to read it. So I read it. It was pretty good. There's quite a bit of fan service in it, especially at the beginning. But it gets kind of creepy the further you get into it because the spirits get more and more intense, which is pretty darn cool. It starts off pretty lightweight there. The main goal or concept is this girl can see ghosts. Most people can't see ghosts, but if she reacts to the ghost, like look at this ghost, that's freaking crazy. If she reacts to the ghosts, then they'll attack her. But if she doesn't react to the ghost, they leave her alone. So she's trying her hardest to not react to the ghost, but it's really hard, so she struggles with it. She does get lucky and runs into these spirits, though, that will protect her up to 3 times. And it seems kind of suspicious to me because I think that she's going to end up, being haunted by these spirits, or I think they're going to, want something else. She's trying to give them an offering, but they're not happy with the offering. It seems like tough to know, but it's a pretty good story so far. I really like this character. He hasn't hardly been in it, but he seems pretty fun. Hopefully he's in it more, but you can see how creepy the story gets. I feel like sometimes it's like straight out of the Parasite or something like that, but I'm having a fun time with it. Next we have Billy Bat. I read another 5 volumes of Billy Bat. I'll probably finish it by next week's reading log. I'm not going to show any pages of Billy Bat this time because Billy Bat goes what's the word I want to go with it? It makes like a huge shift, and I don't want to spoil what happens. But it was really cool. So far, Billy Bat actually has gone even better than it was beforehand. I think that the guy who did the, what's the word for it? He did the special effects for the government. I feel like he is somehow related to Billy Bat. I mean, I feel like he knows a lot about the moon, and he looks just like the Billy Bat detective character to me. So I feel like there's got to be some sort of connection to it. But it's pretty clear that we're getting to the end game of Billy Bat, and I really like the turns it's taking. It's making huge jumps in time all at once, and really showing characters that I just would not have expected them to show. Like Hitler and Einstein getting along and like relating to each other. And I'm like, whoa, this is a ballsy manga. To even have those two kind of doing in the same shot, talking to each other. Even though I'm sure it must have happened at some point, but like he even gives Einstein instructions. He's like, make sure, what does he say? He asks him, I think, what would he do if he went back in time, and he said that he would get into art school, which is true. Hitler was a big artist, but I was like, wow, I can't believe it that they would, Naoki Urasawa would do that. But I'm really loving the story. I really like the new direction it's going in. I like that even Billy doesn't know what's going to go on anymore, and that's kind of really an interesting take for it for me. So I can't wait to see what happens next. This guy's just like a total asshole. That's the Walt Disney version of Billy Bat. I also finished, I'll give it my all tomorrow. I'll go over a few of these pictures. I really enjoyed this manga, but this manga was not written for me very clearly. This manga has a lot of funny moments in it, but as it goes on, you start to realize that this is seriously written for and probably by somebody in the middle of a midlife crisis. I mean, he is pretty much, our main character is essentially the, what's the word? I guess I would say he's the Onizuka from GTO that middle-aged people would need for I'll give it my all tomorrow and real life. But, Ogura, he finally gets a few manga, not published, I'll say, but he gets a few honorable mentions in a few of these volumes, which is very cool. He gets a new pen name, which I think is really neat. But there are some literal suicide scenes in here which are very shocking, and I didn't expect it at all. The ending has a little bit of a time skip to it, which is very good, but I don't want to spoil it, but I do wish the ending was a little bit more definitive, but it was still really good. My cat wants to check it all out. That's Sebastian. He really likes to be filmed. He thinks he's going to be a movie star. All right, come on, Sebastian. And this is the last one. There's only 5. But yeah, this was a really good read. I definitely recommend it. He did do Kaleidoscope as well. You probably saw the little parody in this one, where Oguro also makes Kaleidoscope, which I thought was really funny. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I feel like if you're even a little bit older than me, you'll like it a lot more than I did, but I definitely recommend it. I think it's a good manga to read. Maybe not today for everybody who's watching this video, since my audience tends to be a little bit younger. But you know, you might want to keep your eye on it for when you start to finish up school and you start to get into a slump of life. I'm not there yet, you know. I got a booming manga tube channel right now, okay? So I'm not quite in my slump period yet, but I'll get there one day, and when I do, I might reread it. But it is a really funny manga. I definitely really enjoyed it. Up until the last volume, it was pretty hilarious, but the last volume is very serious for most of it, and it's kind of sad. But you know, I did really enjoy it, and I actually want to read more from this author. So maybe I'll read Kaleidoscope at some point. Next, we have Hell's Paradise. Hell's Paradise is nearly done here. Again, this one ends at volume 13. I confirmed it the other day when I was looking it up. I really, as you guys hear every week, enjoy this series. It's nice to see our 2 ninjas clash, but I think that'll really hit its main stride next time. I don't think the fight's over yet. We also have our samurai men all getting together. Our Asaimion. I don't know how you would actually say it. But the executioners are teaming up with the prisoners, all except for, at least I think all except for number 1. And so once number 1 comes across the prisoners, I think there's going to be another sweet battle. Number 1 is, of course, Shugen right here. He's briefly showcased in this volume, copying, you know, he's using more people's skills, which didn't get that much screen time, so that was really cool. We have finally a plan to take down, you know, our Tau people here, but it isn't quite executed yet. I really like how Gabimaru is turning into flowers, as well as Mei and Chobe. Very cool to see Azachobe and Gabimaru start to turn to flowers. I also love this sick mask he's donning. I can't remember if this is his face turned into this or if he picked up a mask, but I think his face actually turns into that when he starts to go demon mode. Well, it's not really demon mode, but, you know, arborification, you know, like Gabimaru does. But that is it for today. And sorry for the change of scenery if you guys are missing my Gundam, you know, sitting on my shelf like it usually is. But I had to go record downstairs today in my reading room because my room's off limits. And so that's why there's a little bit of noise, and you guys get to, you know, take a little bit of a peek around here. Hopefully it won't be like this next week and I'll just be back in my normal room. But until next time, we'll see you there. Bye-bye.